Hi, my name is Claudia Lopez, and for my grading and assessment research project, I will be going over Common Core Language Arts. So, what is Common Core Language Arts? Its full name is Common Core State Standards for English, Language, Arts, and Literacy in History, Social Studies, Science, and Technical Subjects. It is also known just as the standards. They were made to represent the next generation of K through 12 standards designed to prepare all students for success in college, career, and life by the time they graduate from high school. That is bold-faced in red because those are keywords that will guide the need for the Common Core standards. The need for Common Core standards was driven by the fact that a child that was graduating from New York uh, could be prepared differently academically after he graduates from high school than somebody who graduates from California or Texas. Also, higher learning universities and colleges noticed that children were coming out into these universities and colleges, and we're simply just not prepared for the academic material and reading and writing that is required for higher learning. So, who are students that are considered college ready, college and career ready? College and career ready students demonstrate independence, build strong content knowledge, comprehend as well as critique, value evidence, respond to varying demands of audience, task, purpose, and discipline, use technology and media strategically and capably, come to understand other perspectives and cultures. So, how do the standards make students college and career ready? The standards establish guidelines for literacy in English language arts as well as literacy in history, social studies, science, and technical subjects. Because students must learn to read, write, listen, and use language efficiently in the variety of context areas, the standard promotes the literacy skills and concepts required for college and career readiness in multiple disciplines. College and career readiness anchor standards are divided in four literacy strands: reading, writing, speaking, and language. In language, students must demonstrate the ability to use English language um, grammatically correct. They must be able to use proper punctuation and have mastered spelling. Speaking and listening, students must be able to hold an academic conversation, be able to make a point in what it is that they are arguing, and must be able to dissect what is being told to them. In writing, students must be able to write opinions and persuasive writings, and the writings that are required in the Common Core change as the child progresses in the Common Core through K through 12. For example, a child in the fourth grade must only be able to write 30% persuasive writings, about 35% informative writings, and 35% narrative writing. These are the writings of, what is your opinion? How do you, how did you spend your summer? What's the best toy in your toy box, things of that nature. Now, in contrast, when a child is graduating from high school, those numbers change dramatically. Now, a child graduating from high school should be able to be writing 40% of his writings in the argumentative or persuasive genre, 40% in informative, and only 20% in that narrative, poetry, things of that sort. And finally, reading. Reading also changes as grades progress. Students in a fourth grade level should be reading 50% literature in the fictional genres like stories and poetry and drama, and about 50% informative texts, which are uh, biographies and memoirs and informative text, nonfiction. That contrasted with a child graduating the 12th grade, that point, what he should be reading should only be comprised of about 30% literature and 70% informational. Now, when people graduate high school and move on to college or career readiness, the experts suggest that at that point, adults are reading 80% of the material is informative. So we are trying to get students up to that standard so they are well prepared for their career and college readiness. And here is a slide that pretty much just demonstrates those four strands that I spoke of. And if you pay attention to the yellow bubble in between speaking and learning and writing, you'll see that digital literacy, media, and technology is bound in there in a small spot because it's actually tied into three of the four standards, because being able to use uh, media and technology in the reading and writing and form speaking and listening arguments utilizing it is also a critical for the new generation of college students and career ready students that we are making. So which educators do the Common Core English language arts affect? The ELA CCR strands include cross disciplinary literacy expectations. What that means is, although English teachers and multiple subject teachers must meet all four criteria of the Common Core, which is reading, writing, language, and speaking and listening, social studies, history, science also have Common Core strands that they are responsible for, although for them it's just reading and writing. And the reason for that is because they need students who are in these social studies and history and science classes have to be able to write academically on these topics, and they have to be prepared to have critical thinking skills in each of these strands. The references I used for my research project came straight from the California Common Core State Standards in English and Language Arts, and also the Common Core State Standards Initiative, uh, and the websites are listed below. I hope that you have found this presentation informative, and if you have any questions, I'll stand by for those. Thank you very much.